Welcome to Subramani. What do you do when a close friend or a relative or a family member, or a neighbor or somebody belonging to your club or your army background or your teacher or somebody comes and sells a product to you, which is saying, here is a product which will pay you 15% guaranteed for the rest of your life and you're just 60 years of age. It is extremely tempting to buy a product like that because saying, wow, this takes care of my retirement. It could happen to younger people, it could happen to older people. In India, we don't address this specifically, but in the SEC, they call it the affinity fraud. Affinity fraud means addressing a group, which could be an ethnic group, Hindus, Jews, Christians, a particular community, a particular church, right? Or it could be military veterans, it could be school teachers, it could be anybody. You could just pick up 60-year-olds, you could pick up LGBT community. You could create any group with which to attack. And these are called affinity frauds, and they're very common. They happen in India also. I've seen fraudsters approaching cantonment areas, enlisting the support of a couple of army veterans or current army people, and selling them a product, and then getting them to say, okay, if you can get 10 more products, I'll give you something free or things like that. And these guys then become their ambassadors within that small community and go and sell products. Now there are various problems. First, the problem is the person who is coming to you is very credible. They've enlisted the support of some sportsmen. You remember one billiards champion who was selling gold coins. I don't wish to name anybody and get into trouble, but you all know that. Cricketers who have sold deposit schemes, film stars who have sold bad bank deposits, right? And now a whole range of people selling cryptocurrencies, right? All these things happen. They are enlisted for their support, saying, wow, if so and so is saying, it can't be too bad, right? So therefore people buy. So here is a fraud that happens because you belong to one particular affinity. So what can you do to understand what kind of a deal is being offered to you? First of all, you may not need any such new product, right? If you have a savings bank account, you have an annuity, you have a pension which is happening as a senior citizen, or if you have a term insurance, and you have some couple of mutual funds, index funds or things like that, largely your portfolio is complete. So when somebody comes out with a scheme which you don't appreciate fully, the first thing to say is no. It's not easy, but it is the best thing to say is no. You don't understand the product, you don't need the product. It is as simple as that. Unfortunately, people's ego is too high, so they will never admit that they don't understand, and these people who sell know that very well. So there could even be mumbo jumbo. They do something in futures and options, and believe me, this is open only for 22 people, and so you are already the 15th. There's just 7 more. Can you just close it in 2-3 days? Because after that the price is likely to go up or something like that. This is a fantastic early bird incentive kind of a thing, to which most people fall. Or to say, look, I make a commission in this and therefore I'm selling it to you, and because you're a friend, I will waive 50% of the commission. Again, a very quick closure, because you say, but I want you to close over the weekend. Today is Thursday, so at least by Sunday night, if you can close, that will be good, because from Monday I'm going to change the prices, or some stuff like that. Have you heard this before? Yes, you must have definitely been offered something like this if you belong to any particular community, right? Oh, we go to the same temple, we go to the same church, we go to the same place from where we live, where we were born, right? So any of these affinities can be created to sell to you. So what should you do first? Step 1, find out, do you need the product? What does the product cost? What is the risk involved? So if they are giving you high returns of say 15%, today when State Bank of India fixed deposit would be at 7%, then the question to answer is, how can they pay 15% and call it risk free? Because the gap between 15 and 7, I'm assuming that the State Bank of India or the HDFC Bank FD is risk free. That gap is called the risk premium. You're paying a risk premium, which means there is risk. So first of all, understand that there is risk in this product. Don't assume it is risk free. So if it is risky, then ask the agent who it is, a man or a woman belonging to your affinity group, what is the risk. If that person can't explain what is the risk, it just means that person has not been told what is the risk. Typically these people are picked on the basis of their ability to speak well, saying how many friends you have, how much you think you can do. If you get us 10 customers, we will give you one free, or some stuff like that, right? So this is a very good holiday scheme. It is available in so many cities, and if you take it, if you can sell 10, we will give it to you free, or we will give it to you at 25% discount, or something like that, or saying we will give you 2% commission, 5% commission, 10% commission, depending on the product. And which tempts this person who has, say, recently retired or about to retire, who doesn't have much money, to go about doing this. At the end, when the music stops, you find that the so-called agent who came to you selling the virtues of that product himself has been cheated. He has not been paid his commission, so all his effort has gone in vain. And the fact that he won't be able to live in that community because everybody looks to him and says, this is the guy who cheated me, right? So that is the worst case scenario which can happen. So first, investigate the product. See whether you need it at all. If you need it, is the price fair? And if the return is so high, where is the risk? Second, research the guy who is selling the product, or the girl who is selling you the product. If they are very good and they are articulate, and if they are very good looking, the chances are they have been conned into selling the product. They may not understand the product. It is dangerous to buy a product from an agent who does not understand the product. So here you are now stuck with a product which you don't understand, being sold by an agent who does not understand, and in a product where there is no regulator. Very good chance that these products are not regulated. So it could be a holiday scheme, it could be a teakwood scheme, it could be some multi-level marketing where there is no regulator. Nobody can do such a thing with you on a mutual fund or on a life insurance product. I mean, there is a regulator, so the product is got some reasonableness. It's not, I'm not saying that all ULIPs are good, or all insurance products are good, or all mutual funds are good. No, some of them can be bad and toxic. But at least there is a regulator to whom you can go and complain and say, look, this is what is being done. Can you just check whether it is good? So check the product, check the person who is selling, and check whether there is a regulator at all. If there is no regulator, chances are the product is toxic and fraudulent, right? So check on all that. Largely such schemes gain weightage because somebody who is new, perhaps in the system, who has come, who scouts around and finds that I have found that people join a particular gym or particular club or something like that, and then they slowly make their way in and say, oh, this is this fantastic scheme by which if you use this medicine, it is good for you, and if you sell it, then it is, it's another multi-level marketing, right? So you find all this quite common. So in case you find them, best is to stay away. Don't fall for it. Don't think, oh, I am very smart, I will not actually buy, I will only sell. It doesn't happen that way. You don't want to cheat your friends by selling bad products. So don't be an agent also for such products. It's not that you to lose your money, you lose your friends' money, right? So how are they charged? Ethnicity, how are they targeted? Ethnicity, religion, sexual orientation, LGBT, military service, school teacher, right? So these are all, or senior citizens, right? So these are all chosen and products are sold. So check the product, check the investment professional, check the regulator, right? How is it dangled to you? It's very simple, sir. If you sell 10 such products or 20 such products, we will give you an air conditioner, we will give you a car, or any of such stuff. So the question is, if you are selling a big product, if you are selling a 20 lakh rupee product or a 10 lakh rupee product, it may be more difficult. So it's available on installment. So then you say the minimum amount to be invested is $1 lakh, because it invests in property in other countries where the returns are very high, the yield is very high. In India, in India you get 3% return on real estate, but in Dubai you get 7% return. You will believe it, right? So you will fall for it, and you'll say, oh, we will take you to Dubai for some training or things like that. So a foreign trip is dangled for you. And look at the people who have invested. Look at Virat Kohli has put in his money, so and so your neighbor has put in your money, your commanding officer has put in his money, right? So you're told that, oh, these are all people who have put in the money, and so it can't be too bad, right? So that is the first one. Second, then saying all savvy investors have already put, they are early beginners. These people invested in mutual fund in the 1990s when we all didn't even know what is mutual fund. He had already invested. Now he's made a lot of money in cryptocurrency. Now he's also bought this real estate deal which is investing abroad, right? So that can also work. Or to say that if you do this, I will waive some commission for you, right? So any of these things are for you red flags saying, oh, I need to be careful about this. Then so research the product, research the guy, research the regulator. Is there a regulator? If there's no regulator, just stay away, because none of us have enough time and energy to fight such people in court. So better to stay away. Better safe than sorry. Thank you.